Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Natural20, and this is Fire Emblem Three Houses Crimson Flower Maddening. I'm joined today by a very special guest. He has been on my channel before, back in spring when I was spending a few £100 for charity trying to pull Severa in Fire Emblem Heroes. He is currently writing for Game Press for the same game, and he is the amazing, the incredible ZeShado.
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be here.
Thank you very much for joining me. So how have things been going in Fire Emblem Heroes for you right now?
I would say pretty good. You know, monthly power creep, so on and so forth. It's still a fun experience.
That's what I like to see. So some of my favorite videos are ZeShado's ones where he takes a unit and then an uncommon unit often, and then just breaks it over his knee in the game and shows how ridiculous it can get.
Yeah, it's usually fun. I like doing some like outlandish stuff every so often.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm looking forward to that kind of mad expertise as we run through what is one of the densest chapters I think I've ever done in a Fire Emblem game, if I'm honest.
Oh boy.
I tried to cut this episode down, I really did, but it is clocking in at an hour, and that is because there is so much going on, and I'm very excited about it.
It should be fun, yeah.
Yeah, so with that, let's get started so we don't delay you guys any longer, and we will see you as the episode starts.
Part 2. Crimson Flower. Great Tree Moon. Field of Revenge. With the capture of Aryan Road complete, the Imperial Army moves to invade the kingdom capital. They plot to send troops toward now vulnerable House Fraldarius territory and plan to attack Ferdiad from two sides.
I love how much shorter these intros are now. It's just like, yeah, this is happening, let's go.
Aryan Road has
Yeah, they just want to get to the point.
Rodrigue, I swear.
Oh right, I forgot he doesn't come with his eye patch in this route.
No,
Right.
he's had a very like chill life by comparison. He's had 5 years of, war, but he hasn't lost anything.
You know what? Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, it worked out.
Minus the war part, but
I know, right? And the crazy pope that's next to him.
And the kingdom's territory has never been rich in resources. If the castle falls under siege, our loss is inevitable. I will deploy my army onto the plains and wait for the enemy. Please position your forces so that they can flank the Imperial Army.
Yes. Given the present situation, making the plains our battlefield is a logical choice.
I like how with this cutscene they're like, there will be reinforcements on this map. Please don't get annoyed at us.
I have no interest in any other prey.
but they can't make it a cakewalk, you know? It's what, chapter 17?
Yeah.
Is my task.
Oh yeah, they gotta rack it up somehow.
Absolutely.
Mother, I promise.
What do you think, Lady Edelgard? Will they shut themselves?
Oh yeah, I don't know if like this is this may I can't talk. But like seeing Hugo right now after seeing the Three Hopes trailer and then seeing like the different styles of haircuts, like it feels so weird because I forgot that's what Hubert looks like in Three Houses.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention obviously the Three Hopes has been shown to the world since the last episode, and yeah, Hubert's design is so different in that game compared to here.
In a comeback victory over 1,000 years
I
ago.
love the Three Hopes design. I think it really does look good.
Yeah, I think all of them look really different and genuinely in a good way. They look unique in that game.
Yes.
Yeah, I have no complaints so far.
Although the Imperial Army is powerful, if we were to compare the strength of our best to the best of the Knights of Seros, we would.
Oh, Hubert, you're underselling how good we are.
Army and House Blated are also renowned.
Yeah, you got a mirror with a Gale Force and everything.
Oh God.
That their one and only goal
It is disgusting. Raging Storm is
Are you telling me to stand
absolutely
down?
insane. I have full charges of it for both this and the final map.
You must know.
I just remember using it like 5 times to like defeat one enemy. It was not a good strat, but like I was kind of cornered at one point, so I had to just keep using Raging Storm. It was funny though, because I forgot like you could do it so many times until you just run out of charges.
Yeah, I know, right?
And other extreme
Probably why they limited it to 20.
But with the help of our friends, we have a chance of defeating them. We're the only ones who can. Within our
Yeah, so I've been
I
kind
am
of talking
incapable
about
of those
how
with the kind of
powerful
strength we
Emir
need.
is, or Emir, I don't know what
I
it is actually
absolutely will
called,
not remove myself from
how
my
powerful it is in
focus.
this game. Because people go it's limited on
You have that
charges,
same strength
but
as
it turns
well.
out in Crimson
You
Flower
realize
you're
this.
going to get like at least 2 full recharges of the damn thing, and there are only 6 maps.
Please, don't get yourself
Only
killed.
6?
Protect
Yeah,
us
so there's
until the
you start
very
on chapter
end.
13
We'll
and you finish on
survive
chapter
this
18,
trial
6 maps.
together. Understood?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very, very short, it's Crimson Flower.
Yes, sir. I'm sure my father will be waiting in Ferdiad. If I can avoid it, I'd rather not fight.
Oh, and
But I don't think my father is capable of betraying the royal family. Of betraying...
Oh wait, yeah, this is the first time I'm on. How many of the Black Eagles did you recruit?
so I've actually recruited quite a few people. So I've got Annette, Felix, I've got from the Blue Lions, I've got Leonie and Lysithia from the Golden Deer, and Raphael from the Golden Deer as well, actually. And then I've got Shamir from the Knights of Ceres.
The Knights of Ceros remain.
Very nice. I always found Felix to be the easiest recruit, minus like Sylvain if like you're a female Byleth, just because of the sword requirement, and you come with swords anyway.
Yeah, so he's a very, very easy one. Dorothea's the other very easy one because she needs authority, and you just get authority by having Battalion on you.
The war might almost be over.
Oh yeah, that was pretty easy, huh?
That Aryan Road was annihilated?
It's, I think, why Dorothea had... When we first played the game, they had the recruitment statistics, and Dorothea was always on top. And I assumed that was because she was the most popular character by far, but it turns out it's just because it's so much easier to recruit her than everyone else.
I always have, and
You know, I actually should have like done that in my other routes. I never really bothered.
Yeah.
I always just went for like the ones I knew were easy.
Sorry, I was a bit lost in thought. Or
So,
rather,
this is Fleisch, and
my brother had sorted out all his personal...
in the Blue Lions route, she's brutally murdered by this point, but in this route, she's very happy,
So now I've
even
got
though her
10
brother
more
has passed
work on my
away.
plate. Oh, brother.
I wonder what changed.
Well,
Once this war is over,
in this route, she has a supportive family who try and not to, who support her when her brother passes away. And in the other route, Dimitri tortures her brother to
The
death.
idea of defeating Rhea is beginning to feel more like...
Yeah, that's a pretty big contrast.
Well, I'm I'm
I believe I've worked off my debt.
overplaying it. Dimitri threatens to torture him to death, and then Byleth kills him, so Dimitri can't do that.
Oh right.
Yeah,
She was my partner.
Yeah, man, it's really been a while since I played one of the routes.
it's
Or
pretty
all of the
hard.
routes for that matter.
Coming to slaughter me, driven by her mixed emotions of love and hate.
Shamir explicitly says that Catherine loves her. On this route where Catherine's trying to murder her.
Well, personal? Of course you don't. This army is almost all single men. If that marital...
So I didn't have to include this. I could have cut this, but equally,
The point is, I'm in charge of the infirmary. I wind up treating hundreds of men every week. I get to talk to all sorts of men from all walks of life, all of the time. And yet... Forget that. I can't even find a boyfriend. Marriage is just... a joke. Just a sick joke. At
oh
this
man, well
point,
I would go
I'm
out
the
with
only
you.
man who pays attention to me. I guess I'll have to take what I can get.
She's like, oh god, you know. So,
It's great.
cooking is relatively unimportant for most of the game, but on the final mission, you can kind of just cash in everything that you've got. So
I always found that. Oh, sorry.
go for it.
Wise indeed.
I was just gonna say, I always thought it was like good for like building supports, but I guess it depends. I don't really know like how much of it like affects support gain or support building.
So cooking with someone causes, I think, a 200 support gain with them if they like cooking, which is the same as eating a meal with them if they like it. The problem is that eating a meal with the people has 2 people, so it's better for support gains because you gain it with 2 people at the same time.
That makes sense.
This experience is
Byleth, that was terrible.
Yeah, but that was an S plus, right?
He gained sword critical, and then said the experience was critical.
Quite well.
I overheard something recently. Something pertaining to you and your vision for the future.
Yes, so a support I included was this one between Lysithea and Edelgard, because I think it's quite important on the Black Eagles route.
My aim is to dismantle the current system of Eris.
I do like their dynamic with the. I'm allowed to talk about like, with spoilers, right?
You're free to talk about anything you want to. This is technically the end of like an entire LP with all 4 routes.
I really agree with
Oh, okay. Well, I do like that they can bond over the fact that they both have like double crests. I do really like that.
Due to my own crests.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never been able to live a normal life.
One of the things I noticed about this dynamic, not even while I was playing, but while I was replaying this video and editing, is
I'll pledge my life to your cause,
I think Edelgard views Lysithea as effectively a younger sister to her.
Has your hair always been that color, by the way?
Because Lysithea has gone through the same things that she has, and all of Edelgard's siblings passed away in those experiments, and it's like one of those siblings came back alive after all this time.
No longer victimized. I want you to bring
I really do like that like headcanon sort of thing. I think it does have its merit for sure.
Whatever it takes.
Understood.
Yeah, like
I promise to do all I can to see this goal to fruition. And I want
I do just like that dynamic basically is all I really can go for it.
For your life. Whatever terrible fate awaits us.
I really should look into their support more because I don't remember getting them to like A or anything, but I do believe I had. What was it? Actually, I don't remember if I ever got Lysithea and Edelgard on one of the same routes.
Well, you can only do it on Black Eagles, right? And maybe on Silver Snow, but you don't get A rank on Silver Snow, right?
I believe that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way your sword glides.
But this was also like pre like Yuritsa Yuri, like sort of thing. This was like a launch.
Yeah.
So like I'm a lot of this is also kind of new.
Yeah, it's also harder to build supports pre all the DLC stuff as well because there are less facilities. There's less. You don't have the fortune teller who can help you as well.
Long ago. When the death
so I included Yuritsa and Byleth A as well,
I came to an understanding
because you can't access this support anywhere else.
Who are capable of slaying me. Only you.
Oh, please kill me! It'll be great.
Upon reflection, I can see that our encounter was fated.
Oh man, I really should replay the game just to try out like some of the other supports because I feel like I don't give. Like I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough of a like appreciation for some of these characters outside of like the initial launch and like the not Silver Snow, the Shackled Wolves DLC.
Yeah.
Because like once I did the Shackled Wolves DLC, that was literally it for me. I never touched the game after that.
So I did the Wolves, and then I sat down for a bit, and I left the game for a while, and I came back afterwards, and I was like, alright, I'm going to finish Blue Lion's maddening new game. And that was about a year ago, and then what happened is another LP stopped, effectively, and ended before it could get to Crimson Flower, and I was like, well, I can finish this up if I need to, and I haven't played this on maddening yet, so let's go.
Perhaps that is true.
Oh yeah.
In a certain light. And please, don't get yourself killed by some foolish brigands.
If you got yourself killed, I would be furious with you.
to the death. I must know which one of us will emerge.
Because I need to kill you first. And I'm like, well,
For now,
okay,
I'll have to
Vegeta.
use my imagination and savor the potential outcomes of that future. I can see it now. You swiftly dodging my blade, and then at last, your sword piercing my
Wait, Yuritsa does have more than like a few support conversations, right? Like I do remember that they tried to incorporate more with the DLCs.
Yeah,
where like
so
I think Yuri has like Bernadetta, Ingrid, Ash maybe? I actually remember. I feel like it was a lot with the Blue Lions.
Yeah, so it depends from character to character. Yuritsa here has a support with Byleth, Constance, Mercedes, Bernadetta, I want to say off the top of my head as well. I think that's the limit. He's only got 4, but that's still, you know, more than Anna, who has exactly 0.
Right. I don't actually know why they didn't give her any support. Like, I feel like maybe they would have just given her 1, if any, with like Byleth, and it would have kind of been like a rinse and repeat. But I feel like it would have been cool if they gave her like other supports that weren't just like the Avatar, you know?
Yeah, I would have really liked to see an Anna support with Ash, for example, because Ash is a former thief and interacts with her in one of his supports as well.
Drag me back to my duties.
That would have been pretty cool.
You must know your supreme talents are needed at present. Why not gaze at these documents instead of the sky?
But she is the only recruitable that doesn't have any sports, right?
Doesn't it?
Yes. Everyone else at least has 4, as far as I know.
Alright, that's not too bad then. But yeah, extra supports would have definitely been good, for sure.
In that last battle. As you well know, I'm perfectly capable of commanding the army by myself. However,
Edelgard, we do know that from all the other routes, but
I'm not sure I can properly explain.
It doesn't work out for you, I promise.
On the battlefield is simply sharper than mine. When you're devising tactics and tricks for us, it's almost as though you can read the enemy's mind.
It's like I've got like a helicopter view of the map, and I can order units about using that helicopter view. And if something goes wrong, I can reverse time.
Is that a fact?
Yo, kind of based?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a fairly strong strategic
from
advantage.
another's field is always more beautiful.
You would think so, right?
I would hope so.
But it doesn't account for surprise recruitments.
That's true.
Something of a relief.
Although you could always, again, like, rewind time, and then it's like, yeah, I saw that coming.
Easy.
I can't deny it. Ever since I underwent those procedures, I've certainly distanced myself from the ordinary world. Friends. That word somehow doesn't.
Oh, Edelgard, you're so in love with Byleth, it's ridiculous. More than any other house leader, she's written to just be like, yeah, I'm in love with Byleth. That's how that works.
Instead of Edelgard, you can call me just Elle, if you so please. That's what my parents and closest sisters used to call me when I was little. Now there's no one left who calls me Elle. But with you, well, I think I could allow it. In fact, it would mean a great deal to me. Why? Well, you have stood beside me and shared my burdens. As I said, you are much more than a friend. In truth, you are like family to me. I suppose that's why.
Oh, that's nice. Plus, he gave her all her motivation back, which was handy for me later.
Nice.
Ah, yes, so this is the Great Amorphous Plum Seed Gambit. So when I was talking about cooking before, I couldn't cook the +1 stat to everything recipe, because I didn't have any ZeShado treasure fruits. And you can only get those with Morphous Plums. Of course. I then just pick one up from the floor.
Oh.
So I'm able to run into this battle with, I think, +2 all around, and then like +3 to dex and speed.
It's crazy.
It is a big increase.
What are the odds of just finding one, though?
I don't know. It was ridiculous.
Looks like.
Is it? Wait, no, it can't be static, is it?
I think it accelerates with the chapters, so the deeper in you get, the more likely it is to show up.
Ah, the more you know.
I think. I don't know. I can't confirm it, but I'm pretty sure. And yes, of course, I've now got to pick who I'm going to S support. And there are a number of choices here that I could pick. I have said that... I don't think I've said, but... I do think that Edelgard being explicitly in love with Violet is part of the route, but equally, you know... Yuritsa is one of the only gay choices in the game, so I could do that as well.
And then there's Marianne over there, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, Marianne and Lysithea, both tremendously popular with the fan base, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also Yuri, but the fan base is quite upset with him right now.
With Aryan Road behind the Black Eagle Strike Force marches north to Ferdiad. They plan for the Imperial Army.
But yeah, no, this is the final chapter.
Yeah, so, well, this is chapter 17, so there's going to be one battle here, and then immediately a second battle afterwards, which is chapter 18.
Anticipates the Imperial Army's strategy, leading
now,
the Kingdom Army and Rhea's Knights of Seros out of Ferdiad.
The thing is, the stat boosts I get from food only apply to this one. They do not apply to the final battle, because they get cut off by the chapters.
That's whack.
It's very, very annoying, but it does make for a little bit more of a challenge.
Oddly, the rain has come to fall yet again. At this place. Once again. I will fight to take you back. The one who keeps me from seeing you again. I will be sure to return them to the earth from whence they came. The foolish descendant of Hresvelg, who bears her fangs at me, will suffer the same fate.
Lady Rhea.
Call me Seros now. I am no longer the Archbishop, but rather a warrior.
Yes, Lady Seros.
Because of the rain.
I've said this before. I love how well Rhea is voice acted in this entire path.
When you discover the Imperial Army's
yeah, no, her voice actor is really, really good.
Yeah.
If the Kingdom's army has already engaged, flank the enemy as planned.
As you wish.
Wait for me, dear child. I will be paying you a visit soon. When this sword has been plunged into your chest, yes, that is the very moment I long.
Like, she does Mad Fury incredibly well, but she also does this, like, chilled anger that she's got going on right now as well.
Reorganize the formation. We have no choice but to buy time until the church arrives. It will be a long battle. Are you afraid to do?
No. So long as I am at your side, there is nothing to fear.
I can always rely on you. Just watch, my friend. We will prevail. I will not fail to get revenge for all who have fallen.
I would follow you anywhere, Your Majesty. Good luck out there.
You as well, Dedu. You as well.
Your Majesty. For you, I will.
That's not foreboding at all.
Is flapping in the rain. It must be the Kingdom.
Foreshadow?
Yes.
It seems that King Dimitri is leading the troops himself. However, the Knights of Seros have yet to be seen. Perhaps they have split up.
I can't imagine that Dimitri would leave the capital to the church and face us with the Kingdom army alone. He must be planning to use the church to gain the upper hand in battle. With the rain, that must be difficult to coordinate. Still, the Knights of Seros must be around here somewhere.
And we should be on alert for attacks from the side and rear as well. Inform the entire army.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the game goes to great pains in this chapter to tell you the reinforcements are
The
coming.
Kingdom's army is quite different than it once was.
You gotta love it.
Well, so I think it's because reinforcements will appear on this chapter even on the easiest modes, whereas I don't think they do so on a lot of the earlier chapters.
Don't you agree, Professor?
So they don't want to, surprise players playing on normal being like, what the hell is going on?
Yes. He often spoke of such things.
You know, I can at least respect the fact that these aren't like quote-unquote surprise reinforcements. Like they kind of just tell you that's like it's like an all-out army war, so you are to expect it.
He will do most anything these days. If he stops at nothing to continue the onslaught, I cannot imagine what will become of the battlefield.
True. As soon as we can take our battle formation, we must advance.
And again, this is actually good tactical advice for this map. You have to advance. If you don't do it quickly, you'll be in trouble. So the game is telling you what to do and giving you good advice. So this is how I'm setting up. I am playing with my I'm not messing around anymore team, basically. So one of the important choices I've actually made here is Lysithea is a Dark Flyer, and Constance here is a Grimoire. And typically, those two are associated with the opposite class. Lysithea is thought of as a Grimoire, and Constance is thought of as a Dark Flyer. But I think that they're better in each other's classes because Constance gets bolting charges. She gets 4 of them in Grimoire, which is tremendously powerful. And Lysithea is very good at fighting cavalry, so being able to fly and use Canto and all that kind of stuff while you're attacking cavalry is really helpful.
We are uncertain of the enemy's plans.
I forget the range of bolting. I know it's like massive in general, but like, how big is it in this game?
8 to 10, I believe.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's +1 with Constance's artifact.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so... This is what I do with bolting immediately. I start using it to break up formations. Because when you attack part of a formation, the characters in there start moving towards you, which is pretty handy sometimes.
Interesting. Is there a reason why you're like? I know you're bringing up the formation, but is there a reason why you're targeting that specific unit?
Yes, because I think that one had Meteor.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So, the immediate thing I do is I advance my units up the left-hand side of the map, and the guys on the right advance as well. But they've got no one to really attack, so I kind of skip through what they were up to.
Oh right, I forgot about that game.
Yes.
Oh right, the Dew also does it. Ah, yes, but I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that wasn't like by accident. I'm pretty sure that was like on purpose. But I don't remember when he does it.
So when you get into range of these one movement enemies, if you're in range of them, when the turn counter switches, they'll transform.
You call this hope? Well, we must now claim victory so their deaths were not in vain.
Yes.
Now I'm curious, if you were to take out that enemy before the cutscene, would anything change?
Yes, it wouldn't transform. Another enemy would, I think.
Oh. There's a failsafe.
We're in danger.
So this is... So Mercedes is a huge problem on this map, because as long as she's there, what's going to happen is every turn, 2 Pegasus Knights are going to reinforce from the top of her.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And on Maddening, the Pegasus Knights are far and away the most lethal enemies that they have, apart from maybe Wyvern Lords. Because they are tremendously fast, and almost all of them come with alert stance, so they're very hard to hit.
Let's turn the tables.
Ow.
Oh yes, all these guys are immune to magic as long as they've got shields up.
Is that just a maddening thing?
No, that's the thing for I think hard as well.
Huh, it really has been a while. Or maybe I just never used the magic against them, but I can't imagine why I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't do because it wouldn't be effective, right? The only reason I'm doing it is because the battalion, the combat art lets me break a lot of the shield. even if I'm doing no damage.
That makes sense.
So yeah, again, I'm trying to advance these guys up the left-hand side as quickly as I can, because I know at least something is going to come from behind and kill me. And here we get to see my amazing Leone build, which has a 100% crit chance.
Oh my god.
Boom.
Make a difference?
47. Oh, 48.
Keep
There you
pushing
go.
myself.
Yeah, I just gave her every dex and luck booster I could and put her in Swordmaster. And that causes both Leone and Petra to become beyond broken if you do that with them.
You know what? I can respect it.
That's why she's my favorite unit and my favorite character in this game. Because I came up with that idea. And it's my idea, so I like it more. And I like her more because of it.
It's great.
She's also very good at tanking because she's got a defense growth of something like 40% and very high speed. So she doesn't get doubled. And she eats hits quite well.
Oh, nice.
So what are you waiting for?
Oh, you're saving the kill?
I said that it could do it. But that would burn a charge on Dark Spikes that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Instead...
I'll cut through.
Oh.
You know how we grew up together?
Obviously.
Do you remember the promise we made when we were kids? About sticking together until we die together?
I remember.
Well, I'm really not trying to get myself killed before you. You know that, right?
I know. I know. But I'm tired of these close calls. You have to stop fooling around. Take your training more seriously. You can die whenever you please, but I'm not going down with you.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
Then I hope you have a speedy recovery. Sylvain, thank you.
That's what friends are for, Felix. Hey, Felix. Remember when we were kids, and we made a promise about dying together?
I remember.
Well, seems we're about to kill each other.
Sorry, Sylvain. You'll die first.
Oh.
I was such a fool.
That definitely hits harder when you see the cutscene.
I know, right? I had to do it. Because, you know, Felix has come so far, and he needs to kill the boar.
So, this is how it ends. Forgive me, Your Majesty.
And Sylvain is absolutely lethal if you leave him alive. It's terrifying.
Until we meet again on the other side.
I just remember when using him, I think he had Swift Strikes. That was always good.
Yeah, and he's got the Lance of Ruin as well, which is a crazy weapon.
Oh boy.
So yeah, more Leone shenanigans. She has 83% crit chance with a killer bow as well.
I'll make you proud, Gerald. That's spirit.
How about a curtsy?
Not
Okay, yes, and I decided to try and chance killing this on a 58% crit chance.
Oh my god.
And Marianne does me proud with a 162 damage melee crit.
You love to see it.
Very good.
And it gets a pretty good level afterwards as well, so she should be proud. And now we have Mercedes.
I cannot accept this. How dare they pit us against each other? Then you should retreat, Constance. You know that I feel the same. I don't want to have to kill you. I am sorry. There are things that I must see through, even if it means striking you down.
And so it is. We cannot go back to how things once were.
So yeah, Constance and Mercedes study together at the Magic Academy in Thirtiad, which is why they've got this unique dialogue.
The more you know.
But
But if it must be so, then answer me this before you depart. Why did you kill your father?
now we get to the really dark part.
On the day I took his
I can't believe this exists in this
Father had
game.
just discovered that you and Mother were hiding at a church in the kingdom. He was considering bringing both of you back home. But by then, Mother was past the age to bear children. And so, he proclaimed that he would take the only other female of the Lamine bloodline. That he would take you as his wife. What happened after that? I remember nothing of it. How I killed him, or what his final words were.
You did it for me. To protect me.
Regardless of reasons, a demon is a demon. I have said enough.
Hold on! That isn't fair!
Not fair?
No! You can't just tell me all of that and then vanish forever. Please stay. At least until this horrible war meets its end. I want you around just a while longer.
But all that I do results in harm to others. You saw it yourself. The demon that lives within bears his fangs indiscriminately. You know all of this, and still you wish for me to remain?
Even if I am hurt, or worse yet, killed, if it is by your hand, then I will find peace. I am, and will always be, your big sister, Emile.
Step back, Mercedes.
I won't. This is the path I have chosen. It's the same for you too, Emile, is it not? Someday, we may meet again in another life. Whenever that happens, I hope that we'll remain side by side, always.
My dear sister, I'm sorry.
Bro, that's just cruel.
Yeah. I mean, it happens in the Blue Lions route the other way, so...
I can't seem to stay.
That is true, yeah.
They even have a cutscene for it. So I was like, well... The story of Crimson Flower is a story of tragedy.
Forgive me, Mercedes. Were it not for me, you wouldn't have gotten caught up in all this. You might still be alive.
Yeah, Dimitri.
Be smart or I'm finished.
Okay, and so this is where the same 10 reinforcements show up. And it's brutal.
Oh my god.
How could I be late when I finally have the opportunity to destroy the Fallen One? This rain. It is the lamentation of my mother. Observe.
If the rain is the lamentation of your mother, and it's helped us, you think you might have a problem with your theory there, Rhea? So yeah, this enemy phase isn't going to go the way I want it to. Mainly because Constance is there. And it turns out, yeah, a Pegasus Knight doubling her will kill her.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You gonna rewind for that?
I do rewind for it. I still have, I think, 7 or 8 charges at this point, so I'm like, yeah, let's rewind. Because losing Constance is losing probably my best mage. So I reposition everyone and I move further up. The only real thing I need to do to avoid the ambush is get Constance further up the map, which is pretty easy. I did move her the max distance from that previous turn.
Finished.
What am I thinking of here? Oh yes, I was thinking of using a concoction, and I decided not to.
Ah.
Because she was next to Byleth, so she could get to the convoy and heal up.
How could I be late when I finally have the opportunity to destroy the Fallen One? This rain. It is the lamentation of my mother. Observe. I shall not fail in restoring balance.
So this time the enemy phase is going to be a lot friendlier, I believe. There's only a single Pegasus Knight up here. And it goes for Edelgard, and she could take both hits and not care.
Yeah, less units in range, so I would imagine it would kill them, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So the problem is that this still presents problems, because now literally everything is going to go for Marianne. If they can get to crossings easily. And so what happens is my 4 units there that were there to fight Sylvain are now trapped. And I have to find a way to get them out.
Oh boy.
The first thing is Marianne has Stride on her battalion. Which is very, very important for this scheme.
Let's make this quick.
So I consider doing that, and then I realize I need to figure out what the odds on hitting these things are. And what you're seeing here is the problem with alert stunts.
Yeah, it's scary. Oh, you kill anyway. So
Felix clutches it out, gets 264% hits for me. And then I've got to do the same thing again on Yuri at 73%. And he clutches it out.
It's great.
I'm like, yes. I don't have to rewind and redo the entire map.
I will not die yet.
Thanks.
Of course, we're still in a bit of trouble.
You're a natural.
The problem that we've got now is that Pegasus Knight there is going to trap all my units because it covers basically the entire area to the north. And there are a bunch of knights on the left that we'll need to fight to be able to win.
Oh boy.
And yeah, it's out of range of Brave Bows and anything like that, and Lysithea can't kill it. So, it begins.
Gale Force.
It's time to get Edelgard across the entire map to help her comrades. This, by the way, guys, is why you never, ever, ever use Edelgard in her Emperor class.
I think everyone uses just every unit as a Wyvern Lord, from what I remember.
Yeah, so Wyvern Lord is a very
mobility.
powerful, very powerful class, but it's particularly disgusting on Edelgard.
Yeah, I would imagine, because you have Amir, Gale Force, you have... no, that was pretty much it. That's all I had.
You've got Amir, Gale Force, and you've got Kanto as well, right? So...
Oh, right.
Really wanted to die.
You get all your movement, and then you Gale Force.
Hard life sharpens this.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
So what she's able to do is just clear out these Pegasus Knights, which means that my team here is now free to try and kill the Knights over here. You don't have quite enough damage to get both of them.
It's done.
And yeah, I quickly checked to make sure that Lysathia can in fact tank the meteor user over there.
I mean, so far it's going really smoothly.
So handling the reinforcements was a fair bit harder than I make it seem with my jump cuts. It took me a while to think about exactly where I need to position everything to make it work. And I only got through because of very good luck on my bows hitting those Pegasus Knights.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't say that this is the most difficult map in the game, but I think it's one of the most fun to play. Because the way the reinforcements come in, all that kind of stuff, gives it a real feel of a battle, if that makes sense.
You lost that one. I aspire to be my best.
Okay, now here I'm going to try Astrathality.
Oh boy.
If any one of these procs lethality, the thing dies. It did not. I had about a 45% chance of lethality going off there.
It's so good, though.
It's much more powerful on the other routes.
How come?
Because you've got an extra an extra 3 or 4 chapters. So on the other routes, like I managed to get Leone up to about 60 dexterity. Which means Astrathality has a 60% chance of proccing lethality.
Turn against us if we allow any more of them to transform. I don't know which soldiers have presence.
Wow, that's really high.
Yeah, it's not the best thing, right? Because on normal units, you'll be better served by just having a crit something twice. But for monsters with like 150 HP or something like that, it's very good. So at this point, the bulk of the threat is dealt with, and Rhea's kind of just walked into us.
I once walked this world as Seros, the warrior, and defeated the fell king Nemesis. Now, here I stand, facing one who wields the same sword as he. The fate you have chosen is also the same as his. To die in torment upon my sword, as the very lifeblood you have forsaken spills onto the earth. Please, allow me.
Now's our chance.
So this is actually Byleth using Edelgard's battalion. It turns out her battalion is much better on him than it is on her.
Why is that?
Well, because Edelgard's battalion improves both physical and magic damage. By the way, this is disgusting.
Oh my god.
Edelgard can kill Rhea clean on maddening.
Ah, you'll love to see it.
It's crazy. I had no idea that this had happened, right? And my Edelgard had gotten this strong. I was stunned when I saw this.
Supported me, gave his all to the cause of defeating Nemesis. That I should find myself here at Tailteam, striking down his son.
I don't advise presumptions, Rhea. I will not die by your hand.
But yeah, the reason it's very, very good on Byleth is because Byleth has a good predisposition, a good way into either Enlightened One, which is a magic physical class, or Trickster, which is what I've got him playing as right now, again a magical physical class.
I lost to that
So he likes that battalion a lot.
Watch out, Lady Rhea! Please retreat!
The Church of Seros has fallen back, but we have no such luxury. Everyone, fight for your lives! Victory to Fargus!
Okay, so I don't need to technically here, but I try for it again.
It's fun, isn't it?
There it is, lethality! Down it goes!
Good work.
It is a shame.
So, you can kill Dedue before he transforms.
His Majesty's perspective.
And if you do, yeah, he just doesn't transform, that's it. And you actually get a different cutscene at the end of the mission.
Oh, nice. But I assume you'd have to do it right now since you engaged on him?
Yeah, exactly.
It is time.
So
he transforms.
Yeah, no.
Your Majesty, I will avenge your father. You are the one true king, Dimitri.
Dedue, I will fight by your side until the bitter end. As long as I am with you, this lance of mine will know nothing of defeat.
Oh yes, and when you engage Dedue, a bunch more reinforcements show up.
Ooh, fun.
It's not too bad this time, it's only 4 knights, but 2 of them are bow knights and they're terrifying. Of course, then Dedue does this. Just crits on a 15% chance for 129 damage.
So wait, why does he only do 1 crit now?
So what I did is I equipped Byleth with the Creator Sword. And since Byleth has Sword A rank, he's got Sword Prowess 5, which reduces crit chance against you.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And so that's why it dropped, yeah. So here, I'm like, hold on. I'm in trouble here. Because there's no way, let's say, that you can get in, kill something, and get out. With these bow knights the way that they are. So instead I opt for this.
I'll do my best.
Which is basically to retreat and keep Yuritsa in range of the bow knights. And yeah, it turns out, well, it doesn't turn out, like, Yuritsa has counterattack. Because he gets it from Death Knight as a class. And given he is an excellent physical tank, and has a spear that is effective against horses, he is tremendously good at killing bow knights.
You love to see it.
He's very good at that. I idly wonder whether you can Astrodality the view, but it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, the view doesn't get unique dialogue with anyone on this map, which is really sad.
Dedue, you fool.
Apart from Byleth, sorry. He gets some unique dialogue with Byleth, which you saw.
Right. I feel like, doesn't Byleth have unique dialogue with, like, everyone, though?
Yeah, pretty much.
Must you continue to reconquer, continue to kill in retaliation? I will not stop.
So this is the question of not just Crimson Flower, but basically this game, which is, what if Vargas just surrenders immediately?
I imagine Edelgard would still kill him.
Maybe, yeah. She claims here, though, that she wouldn't. She, like, you don't need to reconquer, so, it's one of the more interesting questions I've got about the game.
That's fair.
Dimitri's a beast here, though, by the way. He is terrifyingly strong. I think my Edelgard can still one-shot him, though.
That I must kill you now.
Scary, dude.
I mean, with the 24 crit as well, or whatever it was very high.
You will not kill one more.
Yeah.
Here.
This is critical.
Now.
cut through. I'm not immune to emotion, you know. Far from it. I haven't gone a day without questioning why my father and brother had to die, while I survived. I'll bear this pain until the day I die, but I refuse to wallow in it. I have more important things to do than blubber for my whole life.
You know, Felix, you really are growing more and more like your brother. Always so sarcastic and constantly looking for a fight. But deep inside, more than anyone, you...
What are you getting at?
Oh, it's nothing. But allow me to thank you. Your perspective has opened my eyes. Not only have you become the Emperor's lapdog, but you have turned against your own people. From the depths of hell, you will regret tainting the land of Vargas. You killed Rodrigue. Your own father, Felix.
I said I'd cut down anyone who stood in my way. Even my father. Even my friends.
I see. That was all I needed to hear to finally work up the resolve to kill you.
I like the contrast. Felix never really liked Dimitri.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I love the interactions between Felix and Dimitri a lot.
No, I love them as well. I think they're really good, but I think that even at their A support, A+, whatever it is, they still don't like it. Well, at least Felix still doesn't like him that much. The other thing is that dialogue with Felix is completely unique. So Dimitri will yell at any Blue Lion student that you betrayed Vargas, but he only talks to Felix. He obviously only talks to Felix about his father.
Elle! So it's true. You're really
more you
going
know.
away? Going back home?
There's nothing I can do about it. It's all happening so fast. I'm as surprised as you are.
Elle. Here. I want you to have this. Elle, listen to me. No matter how hard things get, you can't give in, okay? You've got to cut a path to the future you wish for, no matter what.
Edelgard, I will kill you. You will know the regret of my father, who was killed for you. Of my stepmother, who was slain by your own daughter. You will bow your head before all of the lives you trampled for your ideals, before you die in misery.
Your obsession with me is appalling. If you were a normal human, you would most certainly have died already. Farewell, King of Delusion. If only we were born in a time of peace, you might have lived a joyful life as a benevolent ruler.
To the fires of eternity with you, Elle.
Lady Rhea, King Dimitri has fallen in battle. The kingdom's army has retreated. It is impossible
This
to preserve the
Dimitri
front line.
doesn't deserve what happens to him
Fall back
at
to
all.
Ferdinand. The goddess is watching over us. If we hold
Definitely.
strong,
He definitely got the bitter end of the stick this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. He does, like... I have trouble with him in the routes where he becomes an insane man that tortures people and stuff like that. I don't like a lot of that, if I'm honest. But I think in this route, he doesn't deserve what happens to him at all.
with these very hands,
And I think that
I will take her back.
that's kind of the intent with like how they talk about Rhea manipulating him as well, in a second anyway.
Rhea. She is our enemy, but I must admit that she plays her cards magnificently.
You mean using the goddess's name in order to boost morale?
That's true, but she also shows great skill in devising her tactics. Using the bewildered kingdom army as a shield, while she and the knights retreated.
Yeah, so exactly
They ran all
this.
the way back to
He
Ferdinand.
leaves
It will
Dimitri
be
to
very
die
difficult to
because,
pursue.
yeah. That way all my knights get out.
Yes. Together, we'll end this once and for all. For all the lives lost in battle, by our allies and foes alike. And for Dimitri as well. Yes, the thirst for revenge that imprisoned him was the result of my uncle's strategy. He believed that I was the cause of everything, and he lost sight of his path as king. There was nothing I could do to save him, and so, the very least I could do was... No. The Edelgard who shed tears died many years ago. Everything that's happened, it's all just part of the ebb and flow of history. The tragedy of Duscar, our days at the Academy, Father's death, and the 5 years you were gone. After all of that, at long last, we're here, at this point in time. I hope you'll stay by my side until the very end. It's time for humanity to take this world
Yeah, Edelgard, I don't think we're leaving at this point. We are pretty much ride or die as things go until the very end. And that was Crimson Flower Chapter 17, probably the most wrought and dense chapter in the entire game. ZeShado, thank you so much for joining us today and commenting along.
Glad to have been here.
I really enjoyed your insight and chatting through all the things that we've done with this game. And, you know, hopefully at some point you'll potentially come back to it and play on Maddening. I'd love to see that.
I remember trying it out, and I was at the training field map where oh, it doesn't matter if you're in because they'll come back sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I saw Dorothea, and I placed my Ash because I wanted him to counterattack. He gets crit on a 1%. I was like, no, I'm just done.
Oh, absolutely! I'll be furious by that. Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not dealing with that. No.
I mean, you saw that with the amazing Dedue play where he just takes down Byleth in one hit.
That's crazy.
That's why I don't play old Fire Emblem. I don't have. I can't deal with resetting anymore. I like having rewind time.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, again, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you very much everyone else for watching along. We will catch you next time with Chapter 18, which is the very final episode of Crimson Flower.